Hi there guys, it's a chilly one this morning, but in this video I'm going to show you how to install a timber fence post to a brick wall in a way that will give you a strong, tight fitting hold that will last, and we're going to start right now. So there could be a lot of reasons why you'd be attaching a piece of timber to a wall. Could be, fitting some trellis or running a fence off like we're going to be doing here. But this method can be used in any application really you want with regards to installing something to brick or concrete. And the first thing you want to do is you want to cut your piece of timber with this regard, a 2x4 for a fence to the right length. And I'm going to do this now. Okay, when you're cutting your piece of timber to length, you want to be cutting the top of the post to 30 degrees. This is going to allow water runoff, and it's going to stop the ingress of water into the top of the post and prevent this from rotting too quickly. Easiest thing to do is to use a circular saw. Set the gauge to 30 degrees, like so. And then just run off the end. There you have a nice smooth 30-degree angle for the water to run off. As importantly as cutting the 30-degree angle on the top to stop the water from ingressing into the end grain, it's even more important to have the post raised up off the ground using a little wedge, because this is going to stop the wick effect of moisture collecting at the bottom of the post and then being pulled up the timber, and it will prevent the bottom of the post rotting as well. Okay, so you've cut the top of your post, you've raised the post up off the ground with a wedge. Now you're ready to mark the positions and where you're going to drill for the bolt holes. Now, when drilling into a wall, you don't want to be drilling into the mortar course, you want to be drilling into the brick itself. As you can imagine, when they lay the mortar bed down and they furrow the bed, it's going to leave places where there isn't any mortar, and it will leave an air pocket behind there. So when you're drilling into that, it's not going to give you a secure fixing. But into the brickwork, you've got a nice strong solid brick for the bolt to bite onto, so you should always drill into the brick course and not the mortar course. Okay, to prepare your hole for drilling, you're going to need 32mm spade bit, 10mm wood drill bit. Well, this is a metal bit, but that'll do. You're going to need obviously a drill, 15mm socket, which you'll need later for drilling in the bolts, and then these are the bolts that we're going to be fitting. These are thunderbolts or masonary screws. These ones are 10mm by 100mm, and then that's a 30mm washer. We've marked all the positions for the bolts. Now you just want to roughly mark the middle of each one. Recess all the holes first and then drill through with your 10mm bit. You want to be recessing the bolts because if you were feathering up to this, then if the bolt was in the way, that would just leave a gap, or if you were hanging a gate off here, the bolts would be in the way of the gate stop to be fitted. So you really want to have these recessed in. First of all, you use your spade bit and drill down to about 10mm, and then you get your 10mm drill bit to finish off the hole. If you did it the other way around, when you put your spade bit in, it wouldn't give you a nice smooth hole. It would dance around inside the hole. Okay, there, as you can see, the bolt sitting nice and flush with the timber, and that's not going to get in the way. Now we're going to drill our holes into the brick course. You're going to need an 8mm masonry bit and a hammer drill. Now this is a 150mm masonry bit. We're putting in 100mm thunderbolts. So we're gonna go the whole depth of this masonry drill bit. And that is in order to leave enough of a clearance for the bolt to go in. So you've drilled your first hole. You're going to need a 15mm socket. Then you can get in check for level, and if it is come out, you can then just make minor adjustments and then drill the rest of your holes. Now that is an extremely solid base to start your fence off, and that will never come off. That will last longer than the fence itself. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this has helped you, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.